Hey guys, this is Satyajit Pattnaik. Welcome back to my channel and welcome again to another project video on my channel. Well, on my channel we have bunch of projects done on machine learning, done on data analytics, Power BI. So you can just go through my channel to explore more and more projects and get more and more project ideas so that you can start preparing your portfolio. And today in this video we are going to focus about a new domain. We are going to talk about inventory management. Well, what inventory management is, what is this use case all about, which type of data set we have used, and what exactly is the data set, what are the different sheets that are used, everything is going to be covered in this video. So let's get started. Well, let me also tell you that before diving in, this is an end-to-end project on Power BI with the help of Copilot, which basically means the very first step we will be enabling Copilot on Fabric and on Power BI, and once Copilot is enabled we will be taking the data and we will be directly leveraging Copilot to get started with our project. So do we need end-to-end understanding on Power BI to get through this project? Well, my answer is no. End-to-end Power BI knowledge is not mandatory, but in case you want to understand each and everything about Power BI and its different services and then get into this project, well, you can check out my Power BI playlist. The link will be in the description. So without further ado, let's get started. In case you love this video, please like, share and subscribe the channel, and also leave a comment because that is very important. And one more thing to talk about is for those who have this question in mind that Copilot doesn't come for free, can we practice it on the go? Yes, definitely you can practice it. Let me tell you that for doing this project video I paid zero. I did not pay anything. So definitely there are options where you can get started with it without paying a penny, because the first time you start your Microsoft account, you just have to add your credit card and then you will be getting certain amount of credits, which is good enough for practicing purpose, and make sure that you close the Fabric capacity after your R&D is done, right? So without further ado, let's get started with this project video. And just a reminder, if you are liking this video, please comment down something, and if you want a specific video that you need on my channel, maybe it is a machine learning project or a Gen AI project or whatever it is, please request in the comment section and I will come back with a video on that. See you in the video. Hi, welcome to this project on inventory management. Now in this project we will be using Microsoft Power BI, and we will also be enabling Copilot on Fabric, and we will see how Copilot can help us build a dashboard from scratch. So traditionally speaking, when we work on a Power BI project or like a simple data analytics project, what is the approach that we take? We usually take the data and try to do some data cleaning, maybe on Python. Some people don't choose Python, they probably choose any other tools, like directly doing data cleaning on the database level, or probably using Excel sheets, or even data cleaning is also possible directly on Power BI, right? But as you are practicing for a portfolio project, it is always recommended to use all the tech stacks that you have studied, right? So we usually go for data cleaning in Python. Once the data is cleaned, let's say you have a new clean data, then you have to go for EDA, and this is something again which can be done on multiple tools. And once you go through the EDA process, once you understand what exactly are the important KPIs that needs to be there on the dashboard, then you take your insights and try to build a dashboard, right? That's the usual approach of a BI kind of a use case, right? Now in this particular video we are going to skip all of this part, because we are not going to deal with EDA on Python or something like that. We will directly be leveraging AI tools to build our dashboard. So AI will be able to understand the data set, it will be able to understand the relationship, and based on that it will be able to generate you, or at least give you some options using which you can generate the reports automatically, right? Now, if you are not interested in using Copilot, potentially you can take this approach. Either you do it without the help of AI tools, or you can use AI tools to do EDA as well, right? Again, that's something which we can study in one of the other projects, maybe, where we will not be leveraging Copilot, we will be leveraging ChatGPT or Grok for vibe coding. But in this video, we are majorly focused on the automated reporting part on Power BI directly, right? So, what is this use case? First of all, let's try to understand. So, inventory management. What is inventory management? Inventory management basically means it's a systematic approach for sourcing, storing, and selling inventory. And what is inventory? Inventory basically means it could be raw materials like components and finished goods, products, right? So, majorly it is applicable for retail industries and various other industries, but mostly in retail, right? For businesses, having the right stock at the right time, in the right quantity, at the right cost is very important, right? Now, eventually, when we create our Power BI dashboard, what should it portray? Let's try to understand that, right? So, the solution that we will be doing on Power BI, it should portray multiple things, right? It should portray that users can analyze products by the cost of goods sold and maybe provide a comprehensive understanding of all products. The dashboard that we are trying to build should offer users with great visibility to effectively manage stock, maintain optimal inventory, and optimize inventory turn in real time, right? And also empower leaders with insight into high performance and low performance indicators so leaders can make decisions, control losses, and increase profit, right? And somewhat a dashboard with multiple pages can also helps provide a, I would say, a bird eye view of various categories, orders, out of stock levels, and in hand levels across a segmented view of, let's say, days, months, quarters, or years, right? That is what we are planning to do. Now, for this particular exercise, we are going to use this data set. The data set is on your screen. The snapshot of the database is on your screen, right? I'll try to zoom in a bit so that we can see both these files. Now you can see this is basically sheet 1 and this is basically sheet 2, right? Now one of these sheets is basically the sales data, which is this one, and the second one is inventory stock control. Now if you look at the sales data, right, it has multiple transactional details related to customer order. So we have customer name, customer type, and different customer orders. We also have the respective order date, product code, order quantity, unit price, revenue, cost, etc. etc. And if you look at the inventory stock data, we have basically it is focusing on inventory management and procurement planning. It includes column like date of last order, item name, vendor, stock location, blah blah blah, right? So for this exercise, our first step is to enable Copilot, and I want to do it in a step by step approach, right? So the assumption for this project is you should already have an organization account, because without having an organization account, just using your Gmail or Outlook or Ymail, you will not be able to log into portal.azure.com, right? So one of the hacks of how to create a organization account is very simple. You just have to go to any of these platforms, let's say GoDaddy or Hostinger, and try for a random domain. Now my suggestion is, instead of trying out for a random domain, why don't you try it with your name? Let's say I want to find a domain with my name, and you can see I'm able to get it at $0.01. Now the reason I'm seeing it in dollars because I don't stay in India, but if you change it to INR, it will be just 1 rupee or 2 rupee, right? So there are options where you can buy these websites completely in a price which is very inexpensive. So once you make it yours, your domain is ready. The next step that you need to do is you need to create one email ID from this domain name. Because you own this domain name, it's very simple to create a mail ID. Just go to Zoho or Google Suite and you will be able to create your first email ID, right? Now that is not in the scope of this video. I'm not going to explain you how to create an organization account. Now this is one of the legitimate way of creating an organization account. There are also some illegal ways which I'm not going to talk about, right? So make sure you do that step once you are watching this video, right? Once your organization account is ready, you just need to log into portal.azure.com and simply search for Fabric. And once you are in the Fabric page, just create a new capacity. So let's say I'm starting with an Azure subscription. Let's say resource group. I'm going to give a test new. Let's say I'm going to create test. Let's say test. With the same name already exists. Test new. Yeah, okay. Enter the capacity name. Let's say I'm giving test new. Done. And here make sure you change it to F2, else you will be incurring a lot of cost, right? Now for those who might be thinking that, oh, it's going to be so costly, let me tell you that for the very first time when you create your Azure account, you add your credit card, you will be getting at least 20,000 Indian rupees worth of credits. So you can pretty much practice out, and make sure once your project is over, delete this capacity, else you know what will happen, right? You will be getting a lot of bill. So I will be creating F2 capacity, select, and then I will go and review and create. Now I abide with this, so everything is good for me. Why it's not able to? Yeah. And then create. So once your Fabric capacity is created, then you can potentially go ahead to app.fabric.microsoft.com, authenticate using the same user ID, and okay, so this is where I am. And then here you can potentially go to the settings, admin portal, and here you can search for Copilot. And once you search, you just have to enable it. Mine is already enabled because I use Copilot for multiple things. So you just have to enable all of these options, right? And then that's it. Similarly, you also have to go to app.powerba.com. In app.powerba.com also you need to follow the same steps. In my case, again, it's activated already, but in your case it could be disabled, so you just enable it. That's it, right? So capacity is ready. Now what I will do is I'll try to open my Power BI instance and get started with this project. Hi, welcome back. Now my capacity is ready, Microsoft Fabric capacity. I will quickly open my Power BI desktop. The moment you open your Power BI desktop, again it is recommended to log into this particular account. So I will quickly go ahead and sign into my Zip Analytics account. So Satyajit @zipanalytics.com, and here we go. It should be able to connect, right? Now I will create a blank report. Now you can see the Copilot is activated. If you disable this thing on Power BI and on Fabric, if you disable it, your Copilot will not be visible. It will look like this. So the option will be there, but you cannot click it. But now I can click it, right? So now it is asking for a workspace. You can see I cannot see any workspace because I have not created any workspace after I created the Fabric capacity, right? So let's go ahead and create a workspace. So workspace, where do we create? Let's say I'm going to create in Fabric. So let's say I go to workspace and then I am going to create a new workspace. I will name it as fabric test new, because this is the same thing that we created, right? So just to have the same name, I will create it. Advanced, you can see automatically it will be on pro mode. Select capacity, and you can see I am able to select the test new capacity that we created. Apply, and we are good. Our workspace is ready. Now if you click on Copilot, you will be able to see the new workspace, fabric test new. Okay, so configure it, click on OK. That's it, right? Now you can see Copilot is already enabled. It is just waiting for your data set. So in this case, I'm going to use this particular data set. Now here, as part of your practice, if you want to connect to a database or to an Excel sheet, it is something that is depends on you. If you want to connect it to a database, you can connect. If you want to connect to a Excel sheet, you can connect. So in my case, I'm going to use an Excel sheet. So I'm going to click on Excel workbook. I'm going to go to this folder and then click on inventory management file. The moment we read, it will be able to show you a preview option. You can see multiple multiple sheets are available. I don't know why we are able to see 4 sheets. Let's see, we have one. What is this one? I think it's the same thing, right? I'm going to select both of these and I will load it. So once both the sheets are loaded, then we don't have to do anything. Trust me. This is where AI will come into picture and AI will do everything, right? So how will AI help here? Now there are two things that you can do. One is, if you want to leverage your domain expertise and you want to create some measures. Let's say you want to create some measures. For example, you want to create a measure on, let's say, total cost. This is cost per item, right? Item level cost. Now if you want to find the total cost, or you want to find the total of the total value, which is a very basic example, you can simply either create a measure and add it to a visuals and make it sum, or else you can create a measure explicitly, and while creating a measure you can do sum of total value. You will also get it, right? For example, I'll show this. So let's say you have a card. I'm just giving an example, right? And let's say you want to add total value. So by default you are able to see 2 million. Let's say I will just quickly change this to none so that we see the exact number, right? And then let's sorry, by default it's getting clicked. And let's say I create my second visual. I will remove this. Instead of this, let's say I'm creating a new measure, which is total value aggregated is nothing but sum of total value. That's it. Bracket close and click on tick. So I have created a new measure and just add it. It's the same thing, right? So as an example, I'm just telling you that DAX functions can be used to create measures in this fashion, or else you can also go to DAX and you can just simply use Copilot to write down the DAX function. Let's say I want to find total value aggregated. I want to have total value aggregated. You can see Copilot is working on it and it will be able to give you some solution. So you can see, very simple. Oh, it has identified your new measure, and based on that it has written down this function. Imagine you don't have this new measure. Let's say I am going to delete it, right? So I'm going to delete it. Yeah. And then I'll again go to DAX and then I will again run this. So here it should not take this aggregated field. It should take the original field. It is still taking the aggregated field. Maybe that's because I want to have the total value aggregated. I think I should mention from inventory stock control, but you can see it's intelligent enough. it has already calculated the sum of the inventory stock control total value, right? This is how you can leverage Copilot to write DAX functions as well. Now I'm skipping this part. If you want to keep this query, you can keep it. Now if you want to keep it, you can either store it or you can save it, or if you want to run this, you can always run. You will be able to get the output on the screen directly, and that is exactly what DAX query view is. It's a new feature in Power BI and it can do pretty much everything. With Copilot you can automate all of these things, right? Going back to our dashboard, to our report or Power BI desktop, I'm going to leverage Copilot in order to get started with the new report, right? Now, for example, I'm just going to use the basic functionality of Copilot here, and I have written down, suggest me some content for a new report page. And you can see here is the suggested outline for the report. It has given you multiple options, and literally, if I would have done it without the help of Copilot, literally I would have done the same thing. Trust me, I would have done one page for inventory overview. I literally I cannot believe that it is doing exactly the same thing that I was expecting to do, which is bit weird in a good sense, that Copilot is able to do what I wanted to do. So literally I wanted to do one page on inventory overview, one page on sales performance, one page on inventory insights, but it has done customer insights. And I wanted one page on some sort of a warehouse inventory, kind of a stock tech kind of a thing. So yeah, I would say it has done a great job. So let's say I'm quickly going to use inventory overview, and you can see this prompt is already created. Create a page to display an overview of the current inventory status, including stock quantities, total value, and reorder levels. Let's try to use this default option and create a page. And after that, I will be creating a page with my prompt. And you can see I have already got a page. Let's say I want to create a page based on my prompt, like a prompt from an expert, right? So create a page to display. Okay, let me try to write down. Create a inventory overview page to display, let's say display total revenue by date. Let's say I also want total quantity sold by warehouse in a pie chart. Okay, let's say the first one in a line chart, in a pie chart. And then let's say I also want total profits per day, profit margins per day, and what else? Let's say total revenue by item name, and average units sold per month by item name. Make sure you add multiple cards showing some values, such as, honestly speaking, I am not 100% sure whether it will be able to do this or not, but let's give it a try. Let's say I want total revenue, total profit, profit margin, let's say average sales per day, total quantity sold, and total customers. I'm just copy pasting it and running this. Fingers crossed. Let's see whether it will be able to create this page or not. Oh my god. I mean, it has done a great job. It is able to show me the total revenue, average of order quantity, sum of order quantity, total profits it has not shown, which is fine. So I would say this has done really a great job. And this is pretty much my inventory overview page. If you want these metrics, stock quantity and all, you can always add it, but I'm going to delete it because I have a better view, right? I'm going to name it as inventory overview, right? Moving on to the next part, let's say I want to have a page on, let's say, sorry, my bad, this is not inventory overview. Let's say I will call it as sales overview. My bad, right? Sales overview. So let's say I want to create something for the inventory overview. Now here what I will do is, uh, okay, let's say I'm going to write it down from scratch. Let's say create an inventory overview page to display an overview of current inventory status, including stock quantities, total value, and okay levels. uh, Also show some cards with inventory value, reorder products. Let's say I also want decommissioned products, inventory restocking costs, total vendors, and I think that's it. Now, using my domain knowledge, I want to have all of these things from the inventory stock control in my Power BI. Let's say whether it will be able to create or not. It has created and it has done a great job, to be very honest. But the only problem I have is, uh, all of these are basically bar charts, which I don't like. Um, okay, can we edit this page? I'm not sure. Edit the inventory overview page, especially, I'm not sure if this will work, okay? Especially the total value by item chart, and replace it with, let's say, inventory value by warehouse, and make a pie chart of it. Oh, it has refreshed and it has done. That's crazy. Honestly speaking, you know, I use Copilot on Microsoft and even on Power BI, but I have never used Copilot for creating automated reports, because when we go to organizations, we usually use our domain expertise to create dashboards. But now, as I'm exploring while I'm recording this video, I'm equally fascinated because it has done a great job. Now, let's say I want to change some of these other graphs to anything very specific, then of course you know what to do. You just have to run this command and give proper prompts. So prompt engineering is very important for this, because if you are asking something where the context is missing, of course AI will not be able to understand it, right? So yeah, we are done with sales overview and inventory overview. Let's try to have the next one with some sort of a, let's say, okay, inventory insights or vendor analysis. Okay, what is that? Create a page to evaluate vendor performance, including, yeah, this looks good. Um this looks good. Create a page to evaluate vendor performance, um, including cost per item. Okay, let's try to edit it. Add a slicer for vendor. Add a slicer for vendor on left side of the page. And what else? That's it. Let's try to run this. I'm just trying out multiple functionalities of Copilot. So this is what it is. It has not done a good job, which is fine. Let's try to tweak it. edit the vendor performance page to add a slicer for vendor on left side of the page. The slicer for vendor is already included on the left side. Where is the slicer? I don't see it. Oh, okay, it's on the top. The slicer is on top right. Can I have it on left side of the dashboard? Okay, it's not working, but it's, I think it's okay. And please change the graph types, because everything as a bar chart doesn't look good. Or I would have also asked, can you limit the number of bar charts on this page to be one or two, something like that. So here there is a map which is not working, and that's because my map should be disabled. To use Azure Maps, let's say I'm going to check. I am pretty much sure there is an option in Power BI, how to enable Azure Maps in Power BI. There is an option. I think there is a setting somewhere here on app.powerbi.com, app.powerbi.com, and must be somewhere here. But yeah, potential in the Power BI tenant settings for enable. Okay, you have to within Power BI desktop also it's there. Okay, file, and it must be somewhere here in the options and settings, options, and then file options and settings and options, preview features. Where is preview features? My eyes are preview features, and then Azure Maps. Okay, I am very, my eyes are not working properly. Where is Azure Maps? Let me check option by option. One, two, the, the. What's the option? Azure Maps Visual. It's not there, right? Do we have an option to search or something? Mm, okay, let me go through it one by one. Let me ask ChatGPT, because Azure portal, it's telling to go to Azure portal. No, I don't need to do that. How to enable Azure Maps on Power BI desktop? Oh, why are we asking this? We can actually ask Copilot, right? Uh, I can't see the Azure Maps on the screen. How to enable it? I'm not sure if it will help in this or not, but yeah, let's give it a try. Okay. Ensure you have the necessary permissions. Make sure you have the required permissions to use Azure Maps in Power BI. You might need to be an admin. Yeah, I am the admin. Go to Power BI desktop, file menu, options, options window, preview features. Check. Okay, it's telling me the same thing. Uh, Potentially, we can give it a try for the last time. We go to the options, and then we go to the preview features. Hmm. No, I think it has moved from preview to somewhere else, maybe. Okay, let it be. What we can do is change the Azure Maps visual to something else. Cool. We have a bar chart. No problem in this one. Uh, can you limit the bottom stock location by vendor to only five top vendors? Okay, it's basically it's telling that it cannot do, but yeah, if you want to do that, you can go to the filter and just maybe can do a top n based on the stock location. Sorry, this is count of stock location, and then just maybe we can do this one. So let's say this one, uh, visualization, and then count of stock location, right, which is this one. So top n, you just add this one. Instead of this, make it count, and then make it top, make it 5, and click on apply. That's it. So yeah, I mean, not everything can be automated, right? Now moving on to the last visuals. Let's say I want to have a page for customer insights. Okay, great. I will be creating it. Okay, now create a home page with a background image and four buttons to navigate to these pages, that is sales overview, inventory overview, vendor performance, and customer insights. Okay, let's try to do this first and see whether we are able to create a home page or not. Last time I tried, I think it was not possible. Yes, it is not possible to create a home page. Uh, let's try to ask create a new page named home with four buttons to navigate. That's it. No, it's not able to do. I'm unable to create an interactive button display. Okay, let's ask, can you add back buttons in all of these pages? Okay, I think page navigation and all is not working, which is completely fine. Our report is at least built. Now the last thing will be creating a home page. So what you can do is you can potentially create a home page by yourself, create multiple buttons here, which will be like for page navigations to all of these pages. And let's try to do that. Well, this is not AI, but let's try to do this. I will try to copy this one, and let's say I'm going to create home page, and here I will be creating multiple blank buttons, right? And then here I can add the text and quickly go to this format action, and then click on page navigation and change your destination to sales. This one for page navigation to inventory, this one page navigation to vendor, and this one page navigation to finally your customer insights, right? So you can see click working, click working, click working. So all good, right? Now here you can potentially add your text. Let's say you want to add your text somewhere here, or maybe you can quickly create a text box on top of it, or you can create a text box and then create a button on top of it. So there are multiple ways of doing it. I'm just showing you one of the ways. And then if you want to add a background image, you can always add a background image to make it more beautiful, right? So making beautiful and all is potentially something I would not like to do a recording for that unnecessarily. I don't want to increase the watch time. So that's pretty much all about it. Our Power BI Copilot project is ready. Now let's try to save it. Save it in inventory management dashboard. Done. Go to my home page and create publish, test new, select, and it should be able to publish it within a second. Now I'll go back to Fabric and quickly refresh my Fabric, and I should be able to see my new report. That's it. The moment you turn off your capacity or you turn off your Copilot, you will not be able to see all of these details, right? Okay, one more thing I forgot was to basically create a narrative. So this is something that we can do. Wow, I forgot. So let's say we will create a narrative for our home page. Now that's a feature of Copilot. So let's say select all and then create update. Okay, it's creating. It will take some time because we have selected all of these 4 pages. So narrative is also again a feature of Copilot. Yeah, it's refreshing. Let's wait, and then once this is done we will publish it again. While it is getting created, let me also try to do one thing. Let's try to so let's say sales overview. Oh, doesn't look intact with the formatting part, but I think it's good. Okay. Yep. And then copy paste it and it should be good for rest of the things. It has been created, but I'm not able to see that. And what is the reason behind that? If it's still updating. Okay, now I have this entire report. Okay. Oh, we have multi-page report. Oh no, it's the same thing, right? Yeah. So this is pretty much my narrative. Now, if you want to add like a simple button on top of it, just to inform that this is your kind of a summary. So it's purely your call. Let's say I'm going to call it as summary and make it like this and then like this so that it looks. And I also want to change the background of this one. Let's say effects and turn off the background, right? That's it. That's pretty much my dashboard. And if you want to limit this particular narrative, let's say you don't want it on the entire thing, maybe what you can do is you can only do it on finally the customer insights and update it. So accordingly your final updates will be done, right? So I will request to all of you to do some practicing on Copilot, which will make your hands, I mean, you will be more uh, confident to work with Copilot. It's all about the game of prompt engineering, right? So let me publish this report, and this is good. Replace, and refresh, and here you go. This is my new dashboard. So you can see the summary is still not loaded. I think it's taking some time to load. But other things, if you just scroll through, yes, it's working perfectly fine, right? One more thing I forgot is back buttons in all of these pages. Well, that is something you can add it up. Okay, maybe you can add a back button here or here. It's up to you. I'll just show you how to do that. It's very simple. Just go to this buttons or shapes or whatever you want to call it, and then just add a back button. That's it. Inventory and then vendor. Done. All good. You can also have another page for your ask a question, which is also like an AI feature, but it is not exactly related to Copilot. It's like a general natural language related kind of a thing where you can easily ask questions, and this will be able to respond to you with some output. How many vendors do we have, or basically what is the customer type count. So these are the basic things that are also available. Just closing it down, you can add it if you want to, and publishing it for the very last time. I think we are all good. Let's go and publish it. So that's basically about this project on leveraging Copilot on Power BI. So that's it. Thank you, and see you in the next video.